top 5 teams that should go all in for Damian Lillard.
Yeah, well, I mean, some of these teams are kind of obvious, but some are not. And the very first team I'm going to give you is at number 5, the Brooklyn Nets. Let's talk about assets. Let's talk about, if you're Portland, you want assets, right? Well, they have tons of them because they just traded away 2 players and got a whole bunch of first-round picks. So if you're the Nets, you go all in on a player that puts you back on the map. Damian Lillard gets a big stage in New York. And then, of course, who did he tell you one of his favorite players, one of his guys is?
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges. So
yes.
He gets to play with somebody he likes as well.
Absolutely.
So that's why they are number 5.
All right, number 4.
At number 4, let's go to L.A., which is a nice place to play, right? And the Clippers, who in 2 years are going to be opening up a new arena. Steve Ballmer put a lot of money into this beautiful building, and they want to have stars, but they want to have stars who are available to play. That'd be nice, too. So while Dame Lillard then joins what would be a great big 3 when they're on the floor together with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, that's a special 3. And maybe you outshine the Lakers a little bit when it comes to brand names. So if you're the Clippers, you find a way to make that deal happen. At number 3, let's go to Boston. They just traded away Marcus Smart. Who's their point guard? Who's their guy? And oh, by the way, who's a really talented young player that they have on the roster that if you're Portland, you wouldn't mind talking to? They have Jaylen Brown to offer in a deal and maybe some future picks. But if you're Boston, that's a look you want. You want Lillard at the point guard with Jason Tatum, who, oh, by the way, sounds like he has made a few phone calls to Lillard to see if he'd be interested in coming to Boston. Number 2, we've been talking about it the whole show. I'm putting the Heat at number 2. I'm putting them there because they already have gotten to a finals. They've gotten there with Jimmy Butler and with Bam. They already have a culture in place, and they have already proven that they can win without another star. But of course, if you add Lillard, they would become a dominant team in the East. And Tim Bontemps said it'd be the best big 3 in the NBA, although the guys in Phoenix might have something to say about that. But what a great fit it would be for a guy like him. Same time in Miami Heat culture. Special.
And number 1.
Well, number 1 is the Philadelphia 76ers. And even though I'm a guy in New York who would hate to see a team in the East get a guy like this, especially one in your division, this is such a great fit because of the 2-man potential, because of the legacy here, because of the desperation of a fan base that is dying for a championship, and the fit is so perfect. He and Joel Embiid would be special together, box office. They would be a championship contender right out of the gate, and he'd be the closer they've been long looking for.